All right, hello and welcome. I'm Annette from itsadelight.com, and today I am going to show you how to make a super quick, easy egg dish. This is a crustless, you might say quiche, because there's no crust in it. This is great for dinner. It's great for, I love it in the springtime. Basically, when you have just got too many eggs, you need to use some up. And this makes great leftovers. If I make it for dinner, this is a great leftover for breakfast the next morning. It's great for lunch. You can take it with you. Easy. I really don't even have a recipe, but for you guys, I'm gonna measure things out like I try hard to do so you can easily recreate this again. You can use a round, this is a 9-inch round cake pan. That's what I'm gonna use today to bake it in. You could use I've used a tart pan, I've used a pie pan, even my kind of oblong brownie pan. It all works. You can just do extra eggs. How many eggs I show you here. I start out with my Vitamix. You don't need a Vitamix. I just do it in the blender, so any blender would work, okay? We're just gonna jump in and I'm just gonna show you exactly how I do it, okay? So my eggs are farm fresh, so I'm gonna crack them in my bowl here first, okay? Just to be sure. I just got a shell in there, of course, because we're trying to show you. That's why that happens. And I'm gonna use 6 eggs. I've used 5, I've used 7. I don't think that's so critical to how many you do. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, all right, there's 6, and doesn't matter what size or anything else. Next thing I'm gonna add is some cream. You can use sour cream. I've used different things periodically. Our favorite is just plain old heavy organic cream. I've got 1 cup here, and again, usually I don't measure. I just kind of put in some and guess between 1/2 and 3/4, but 1 cup is about perfect. Okay, before we actually blend it, we're gonna shake in some goodness because we definitely wanna season this all up and make it be yummy. So this is just what I would use. I'm gonna use some turmeric. Turmeric is super good and healthy for us. It makes everything brighter yellow, so eggs is a perfect thing to add it to. This is cayenne. Actually, I'm not gonna add any cayenne, but cayenne is something that you can put in if you wanna add a little bit of extra bite. This is my onion powder. I definitely need a good dash of onion powder. And I'm gonna just guess, this is my garlic powder. Might do a little bit less, but again, we just want these eggs to be nice and seasoned. This is my mom's seasoning salt. I put this in everything. This is in my Shake on the Goodness class. I can't even get enough out. I want a little bit more. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna put 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of my seasoning salt in there. It's low on the salt, high on lots of other great herbs. It's just a super good blend. This is kelp. I put kelp into everything. You'll see that on my Shake on the Goodness course. Kelp is one of the herbs on there that I just love to use. Okay, could use parsley. I've had fresh parsley, blue kale. You could even throw in some leftover asparagus, leftover broccoli, whatever you like. The sky is the limit on this. I didn't put my top on. I forgot to bring my top. So I'll just put this over here, but do what I say, which is use your correct top and not what I do. But this is probably typical of what I do. I'm not gonna make this go on high, so I'm not too worried about it. Just blend it up. That's it. All I'm gonna do right there for a couple seconds. So, just wanna get all my spices in there. Now, what I'm gonna do next is, I'm gonna add some, these are basically red, green, and orange bell peppers from the garden. And this, if you don't freeze up peppers left over that you have in your garden during the summer, you gotta do that. This is a great way. Now it makes my egg dish so easy when I have peppers already cut up. Sometimes I have onions in the freezer already cut up. This is some ham left over. And that's all chopped up in cube. I'm using a 1/3 cup of both of those, okay? And then next, I always have cheese in the freezer. So this egg dish becomes so simple because I just always have these basics on hand. Whenever the night goes crazy, I mean literally winter, spring, summer, it doesn't matter. This egg dish is my go-to. Now I have cheese, and this is 2 cups. I did measure it out already previously. It's frozen. I'm gonna give this just a little zip. And if I had blue kale, I would love to put some blue kale or spinach in this. Gotta grease my pan. This is just plain old coconut oil. And just grease it real good. That's it. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now I am just gonna pour this in here. I should have brought a spatula with me, but this will work just fine. The only thing you have to think ahead with this is it does take a good 30 minutes and sometimes 40 minutes to bake. So that's the only thing, is I have to think a little bit ahead that way. But if the day goes long, or if it's spring and I have an abundance of eggs, this is a perfect thing to make. So we've got no crust, no carbs. The rest of my cheese, I'm gonna sprinkle on top. You can put it all in it, but we really do enjoy just having the last little bit sprinkled on top. You could put bacon pieces in here, sausage. You could serve this with a probiotic smoothie, a berry probiotic smoothie. If you want the recipe for that and you wanna see how I do that, check that one out down below. I'll leave a link for that. Okay, now we're gonna put this baby in the oven and we're gonna bake it till it's golden. I'm gonna set my timer for 30 minutes and I'm gonna check it. It takes between 30 and 40 minutes, maybe 45. And then I will bring it over and show it to you. You're gonna love this, your family's gonna love this. Okay, it is out, it is done, it's wonderful. And again, all I can say is it's really hard to ruin this. It's so forgiving. It's usually real puffy like this. It'll drop a little bit. We tend to let it cool a tad. My husband loves it with a little bit of sour cream and salsa on top. You can serve it with a little dish of fruit. It's hot, smells fabulous. It's just a light, fluffy, cheesy, delicious egg dish. So easy to whip up any time of year, any meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I hope you guys will love this egg dish, and I'll see you in the next video.